Okay, great. Now that we have customized our domain model to allow us to update the information we need to properly track the location and status of our members, we can go ahead and implement those changes in the front end. So to do that, we're going to navigate to our table view and start by changing the configurations from there. So we're going to navigate to the table view and use the shorthand method to get into the form designer mode of the table view. Great. Well, when we get there, we can now navigate to our form settings modal and swap out the modal type from person to member, which is the entity that we just created right now. Click on OK to save your changes, and as you can see, the data panel is now populated with member properties such as membership number, membership start date, membership status, and all of those. Great. Now for those changes to start reflecting on the table, we can head over to our data table context. Click on that and you'll see on the properties sidebar there's an entity type property setting which you have to swap out from person into member. Great, select that, and as you can see, our table is empty because obviously we have not created a member yet with all the properties that we have just created in the back end. So we're just going to extend the table scope by clicking on data table to have the columns of those properties that we added in our back end. So we can go ahead and click on customize columns, and I think we're going to be adding about 5 columns. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that 5 times. Go to column 5 and the property name. Let's just scroll down to see what we have available. I'm going to go ahead and start adding membership number. Great. Click on the lightning bolt to autocomplete. After that, I think I should go with residential address. Click on the autocomplete. After that, membership status. Click on the autocomplete once again. I think membership start date, and finally membership end date. And again, this lightning bolt autocomplete is so convenient because look how fast I got that done. So I can then go ahead and save that to commit my changes, and as you can see, my table now has more fields. Great. So I can go ahead and save that now. Great. And then I'm going to navigate to my create view using the shorthand method again, because as I said, the show form information shows the current form that's currently being rendered. So then I can simply navigate to my members create form by clicking on the form designer icon, which is really convenient because you don't have to go back and forth. Great. Once that is rendered, I can go ahead and create a new version because I hadn't yet. Great, and now I'm going to navigate to our settings, form settings, modal, and swap this out for member. Great, and then the post URL also needs to change because we're not making changes to the person anymore, we're making changes to the member. So I'm going to go ahead and search for the member endpoint, and there it is. Click on OK to confirm our changes. And as you can see, the data panel again is now populated with member options. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop the member end date, member number, membership start date. Let's see what else we have. Let me just zoom out so I can properly access all my fields. I'm going to go with residential address, and finally I'm going to go with membership status. Great. Let me just zoom back in. 80. Great. And let me just reorder my fields so that it makes more sense. Just going to go ahead and get started with membership status and on to membership number. I think residential address needs to go on top, or just below, yeah, right there, and then start date and end date. I think that looks quite right. So let's go over to our preview mode and see how that looks. Yes, I'm happy and satisfied with that, with how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and save my form. Great. I'm going to navigate back to our table view. I'm going to head back to our table view and click on the navigation link to the member details view, and when we're there, going to use this the shorthand method to get into our form designer mode. Great. Well, when we're there, I'm just going to create a new version because I had not before, and then similarly I'm just going to go over to the form settings pop-up and swap that out with member, and similarly the get URL, swap that out with member as well. Member get, perfect. Click on OK. We have access to the member fields. Let me just zoom out again so I can see them all properly. Gonna go ahead and drag and drop our residential address. It's running away from me. Cool. After residential address, we want our membership number. I'm just trying to remember the format because conventions, naming conventions. Gonna go ahead and drag our membership status. After that, we can drag our membership number, and then we can take our membership start date, and then lastly our membership end date. Right there. That's perfect. We can then go ahead and save our form. Let me just zoom in so I can see properly. Great. So now that everything has been reconfigured and changed to the relevant entity type, we can go back to our table view and see our changes in action. Great. As you can see, our table now has the additional columns that were added, and our create modal also has the additional columns. So I think let's go ahead and create a new member. You can go ahead and create a Jane Doe since you already have a John Doe. Cell phone number of 02468 10 12 14 10. Yeah, something like that. 14. Residential address of 265 West Avenue, DeHoovers, Centurion. Membership status of in progress, membership number of 001, that's the very first person, date of today, and end date of, let's say, next year, this day. Great, we can go ahead and add our new member. And as you can see, our member has been updated and appended onto the table with the relevant information. Great, and now we can view the details view of the specific member. As you can see, this is all the information relevant to the member that we have just created.